dive into the transformation power of AI, hosted by Telkom. SATNAC 2024 will take place from 6 to 9 October in the heart of the Kruger National Park at Skukuza Rest Camp. Today, we're joined by Justin Hughes, HR Executive and HR Operations at Openserve. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you, Gugu. It's a pleasure to be here.
Justin, just a brief background. Who's Openserve?
So Openserve is a wholesale network provider in the telecommunications industry. And we have one of the largest networks in the country, the largest network in the country. And we run across mainly fiber is where our deployment is going. And of course, within the Telkom stable, Telkom group, there are the other technologies of mobile that are also deployed, and then Openserve maintains and repairs and will deploy the technology to be used by the other business units.
So, Justin, will I be correct to say that Openserve is a strategic entity for South Africa's telecommunications infrastructure? Without Openserve, a lot of fiber operators won't be able to operate, mobile operators won't be able to deliver their services because you are the foundation of South Africa's telecommunications network.
I think that's a fair summary, Gugu. Obviously, Openserve when Telkom emanated from the old Department of Post and Telecommunications, who at that stage were the only provider of telecommunication services. And subsequently, the industry was liberated in the sense that there are other players in it, but Openserve does provide a firm backbone to the South African telecommunications landscape.
Thank you for that, Justin. It's a good background to know and understand what the company does. Let's zoom back into SATNAC and try to find out your sponsorship of this conference that does a lot of great things for young people and students at universities. How does Openserve's involvement in SATNAC contribute to advancing telecommunications infrastructure?
So if we have a look at SATNAC, the attendees that attend SATNAC are from academia, from government, from industry, and it could be players in our borders and beyond our borders as well. And so South Africa is often seen as as a hub for education, and many of the academic institutions carry international acclaim and recognition. So Openserve, as part of the Telkom group, provides an opportunity to researchers to be part of the Centre of Excellence, or COE program. And this program fundamentally tries to tie the theory to provide practical solutions to industry challenges. So you could have academics from other parts of Africa that's either teaching at local universities or are visiting from their universities within Africa. And that in itself, when they return, contributes to advancement of the telecommunications infrastructure into Africa. Also students, we have several students that come from beyond our borders that would attend our universities and that would participate in the Centre of Excellence program. For the 2024 SATNAC Industry Challenge, and I'm sure later we'll get into that, there was over 100 participating students in this challenge, and that comprised of 12 universities, of which 3 were from beyond our borders, being Malawi, Lesotho, and Swaziland. So that contributes also to the development of telecommunications within not just South Africa, but within Africa as a whole, as a continent. So Openserve's role in this is to advance the telecommunication structure through the leadership in SATNAC. And we have several senior staff that serve on SATNAC and committees, in particular the technical program committee, and that ensures then that the academic technical advancements are exposed towards the broader telecom industry. I hope that
Talking about that,
covers, yeah.
it covers it really well, Justin. Talking about that, you recently signed a partnership with the National Research Foundation around SATNAC and the Telecom Center of Excellence. What does the partnership really entails? What are you trying to achieve?
So yes, so that's right. We do have a recent partnership with ourselves and the National Research Foundation, and the National Research Foundation drives research towards future technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, and can I say the current sort of buzz that goes around in the digital landscape. And the partnership aims to shift academic research from pure theory to practical real-world solutions. So SATNAC provides the vehicle for the theory to be transformed into the practice. And what our partnership with National Research Foundation is that in terms of the funding, for every rand we give, the NRF will provide a rand. So that provides really solid funding, and it's aligned to the NRF's goals and objectives.
Justin, Openserve is pumping a lot of money into Telecom Center of Excellence and into SATNAC as a sponsor. Do you think that the caliber of students that you are getting to attend SATNAC and those who participate in the Telecom Center of Excellence, are they good, or the standards that are dropping?
No, I don't think the standards are dropping at all.
Can you elaborate on that?
So if we have a look what first of all the COE program is positioned to achieve, and that is basically a focus to bridge the gap between the theory and practical applications. Now, you know, we go to these educational institutions and you get all the textbook knowledge, but how does that translate into a practical solution to a industry challenge that you might have? So what SATNAC does for us is to allow these COEs, as we call them, and other academics to showcase the research outcomes that they've achieved to industry experts and government representatives. So the students that come in are, and particularly those that attend SATNAC, that are involved in the industry solution challenge, I have got a large database and support base from industry experts in order to assist them with their research. So the caliber of student that comes in is, I want to say, driven by the industry experts to come up with the best solution to the industry challenge. So the role that Openserve would play in that then is that we would guide the research direction and ensure that it's relevant to the industry and to the challenges we're trying to address. And it needn't just be a technical challenge, it's societal challenges. After all, the digital world is upon us. You know, so the collaboration we would have between the COEs fosters an industry-informed research. And then what happens there is that the research outcomes is reviewed by a panel which comprises of professors, operators, and industry experts to determine the feasibility and applicability of the solution to the real-world scenarios. So, you know, back to whether the students are sliding or not of the right caliber, the fact that they are coached by executive senior staff from Openserve. There are some of them that have been through this program successfully and are now holding senior positions within Openserve, as well as then receiving support from subject matter experts, means that the standard of research that is taking place and the applicability of the outcomes is at the required standard for the industry. So we also have, for example, we've got Pushkar Gokhale, who's our Chief Digital Strategy Officer, and he serves on the SATNAC steering committee. And one of the roles he performs on that is to ensure that the program that the students research or that they follow aligns with the Openserve strategic needs. So this assists Openserve to nurture talent and drive the innovation to address Africa's telecom challenges.
Justin, it appears that Openserve is doing a great job by empowering young people and students from universities through SATNAC and the Center of Excellence. And you employ some of the students in the companies, and now some of them are in senior positions. Beyond that, how do you benefit as Openserve from sponsoring SATNAC and being part and parcel of the Telecom Center of Excellence? Is it only you that benefits, or you also benefiting after other companies? You've been part and parcel of SATNAC for the past 27 years, which is a long time to be committed in such a good project.
Yeah, so I think, and I stand to be corrected, but I think SATNAC is one of the longest running initiatives as a partnership between industry players, academia, and government. So it's clearly, yeah, so it's clearly providing or achieving the objectives that it's set out to achieve. So if we see, so it's not only Openserve who benefits, as I've explained earlier, that people or students from other African countries will be part of the COE program, and they take that research and knowledge back to their countries. So those countries would benefit. There's also a host of industry partnerships that play a role in SATNAC. To mention a few without, I'm going to miss people, but like Nokia, like Huawei, and so on, that are very involved in the SATNAC initiative. So it's not only Openserve that would benefit, but what Openserve's focus is to ensure that students gain not only the technical knowledge, but also leadership and problem-solving skills. So that comes back into the industry solution challenge, and that is to prepare them to take on future leadership roles. So this industry academic collaboration is vital for ourselves as Openserve, as it drives the innovation and addresses practical challenges in the telecommunications sector. So where COEs may not be accommodated by Openserve, they would be accommodated by other role players within the industry. So that once again builds onto the industry in the telecommunications sector. So, the partnership with the academia ensures that the research that is being done is not theoretical research. So there's an industry problem provided, and it's for the students or the academics to find the solution to that problem that is practically implementable and in fact facilitates the advancement of the telecommunications industry or the ICT sector. It actually goes further than just telecommunications, as there are also computer science students that would partake in this. It's all sort of interrelated. The digital transformation at this stage is continuing at a rapid pace, and I would think in your industry that you certainly experience this. And it's very important that South Africa is not left behind in this drive, this digital drive. And so Openserve is really committed to being at the cutting edge of the development of the digital area. And this couldn't take place without having a partnership with a initiative like SATNAC, which to try and predict and explore what the next best digital experience would be.
Talking about not anyone being left behind just in the digital world, SATNAC is there to create practical solutions, as you have rightly pointed out. Are you happy with kind of the solutions that are coming out of SATNAC and from the COEs?
So yes, I think, a short answer is yes. In fact, last year, the CEO of Openserve provided 3 of the teams with an internship because of the caliber of the research and the solutions that were provided. So because I think if one looks at this as a holistic environment, the research is based on current industry challenges. And it's for the students to be able, or the academics, it's not just students, they would be helped by their promoters, their support, I think they call them promoters, to achieve the solution. And then those solutions are put through a fairly rigorous review to determine, is this just a theoretical based outcome, or is this an outcome that is likely to advance the ICT sector? And based on that, then the students are given feedback as to those solutions and where those solutions are applicable, and they would be utilized in industry. So yeah, it's not just I don't think it's just a talk shop. It's really a case of bringing the theory to the practice.
Justin, you sound like an expert. How long have you been attending SATNAC? It seems as if you've been there for many years.
So I think the fair thing is that I'm one of the, should I say, behind the scenes SATNAC, in the sense that my role in the HR space is to ensure that we bring in the required talent, that we bring in the necessary skills that we have unlocked at SATNAC. I've been in the telecommunications industry a long time, and SATNAC being initiated in 1997, I think it's now 27 years old. There has been various iterations of it. At one stage, it was purely bursary based, and those students were then brought into Openserve and then utilized into the technical and computer side of the business. SATNAC has evolved then since 2022, and now and with the partnership with the NRF, it's now a funded based program, which then funds educational institutions to set up the Center of Excellence and to solve industry problems.
This year, SATNAC is going to be held in the middle of Kruger National Park at Skukuza Rest Camp. What do you expect out of this SATNAC? Are you trying to inspire young people with nature and the love of animals to be more creative?
Yeah, I think, the SATNAC over the years has always found venues that are, I want to say, almost applicable to the environment that they are held in. So have been held at various venues around the country. And I think the Kruger lends itself to open air, but it also lends itself to solutions, ICT solutions, to nature conservation. And it would probably give the participants a broader view that it's not just about wires and transmission of signals, but there's other ways that you can use technology and in the digital era to make a contribution towards not just ICT challenges, but societal challenges. So if we have a look at some of the topics that have been that will be addressed at this year's SATNAC, having the title the AI-driven hyperconnected future, although it's a bit of a mouthful, in essence, it connects networks, devices, people seamlessly, despite the location and the method of technology that's used. Then you start having a look and saying, well, what are these challenges? And let's compare it to nature. I am a nature lover and an avid visitor to the Kruger National Park. But if you start looking at, for example, energy solutions, this is something that at this stage is very topical in the country. So energy and sustainability, and it's not just for our sector as much as it's a challenge for our sector. It's also a challenge for other sectors. And I'm sure that what the students will come as solutions to that will drive that particular sector, as in the alternative or green energy sector, forward. And then you start looking at AI, which really is a channel for predictive algorithms. And, you know, to determine, so what is relevant for the user to co-create shared value. And it becomes sort of predictive on that. And, you know, you then from there, from AI, what else are we going to look at? Internet of Things. What is that? What would that do? So Internet of Things will look at how do you improve efficiencies through automation or connectivity in different environments. So, you know, and then from there you have a look, what is the advancement in technologies? How do these networks clip together, and how do the services that run on top of them provide societal change, and solutions for societal challenges? And then lastly, I suppose, having a look at why do we do all of this? What is the purpose of having all of, it's all nice discussion, but it's at the end of the day, it's about people, it's about customers. And therefore the customer journey that one experiences should be across various touch points and make sure that the experience is enhanced and intuitive. So I think, you know, coming back to why the Kruger, I think the Kruger is an all-encompassing biodiverse environment. And apart from animals, you have plants, you have weather conditions. You know, I know that the National Parks Board has a objective not to interfere unnecessarily into the course of nature, and that whole holistic environment, I think, lends itself to the ICT sector, where you don't just look at one thing. We're looking at a whole landscape to say, how does this assist in advancing our particular industry?
That was Justin Hughes, HR executive, HR operations at Openserve. He believes that the industry needs to look for holistic solutions. Maybe some of them must be ingrained and be part and parcel of our nature, so that as a customer, you get the best experience.